Hey guys, what's up? So this will be our first sort of review lesson on what we are doing. I'm going to be mirroring my screen so that you guys can see me, see the screen, see what we're doing. So right now I'm in the aim, and you can see that aim is what are we doing, and just make sure that iPad is good to go. So first thing I have, should have watched the introductory video, and now I'm just going to review the stuff that we've gone through. So I'm going to open up to our notes that we were taking on the nervous system. We'll finish that up real fast, and then I have two worksheets for you, and we'll call it a day. All right, so we have covered what regulation is and how the nervous system accomplishes that. And we went into the two parts of the nervous system: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. You guys should have the notes on that. We went through what a nerve cell is versus a neuron. We went through all the little parts of the neuron, and then we went through how a neuron fires its impulse, and starting with the stimulus all the way down to the response. And I believe we left off at our types of neurons. So we have three different types of neurons. You have a sensory neuron, we have a interneuron, and a motor neuron. And really quickly, they're basically just like they say they are. A sensory neuron is going to detect a stimulus. Now if I can write over here, my pen is not working. Woohoo! Let's see if it's working now. Brief interruption. What else is there? Come on. Alright. Gotta make sure in my settings my pen is working. Bluetooth. Apple Pencil is connected. Alright, so can I write now? Here we go. I dropped my plug. This is bizarre, guys. Alright, so a sensory neuron. It's going to detect a stimuli, and it's going to send, I wrote spend, send a message to probably the central nervous system or the peripheral, and we'll get to that in a minute. The interneurons, they relay messages between sensory and motor neurons, and these are typically found in the spinal cord. And then lastly, the motor neuron, this is going to send a message or an impulse, we can say, to an effector. In other words, the motor neuron is going to make the movement. Not a lot going on there. You could look those up and find the answers to that. And then lastly, with this unit, we have a reflex, which is an inborn, automatic, not voluntary response to a stimulus, right? So you hit that knee, boom, the leg moves. Or you touch a hot pot, you pull away. That's just a reflex. So we'll define that for you quick. So it is an automatic, involuntary. So what does that mean? You don't control it. Response to a stimulus. I call it a no-brainer. Your brain's not involved. The relay goes from a receptor to a sensory neuron, to an interneuron, to a motor neuron, to an effector. R sign. It's like Mr. sign. He's a math teacher. So receptor, sensory, interneuron, motor neuron, and an effector, which you should know, is a muscle. And that's it. We finished the unit. That would be a reflex. You should know what that is at this point. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the content library, and we can take a look at these two handouts over here. The first one is types of neurons, right? And so what I'm going to do is you can take a look. You're supposed to color in the diagram. And then you have your 3 different neurons. It says relay neuron, that's a interneuron, and you just put them where they belong. And I'll have a key that'll follow that. And then with the synapse one, any day now, loading, loading, loading. Oh, while this is loading, I hope you all doing good. Second movie on YouTube. Second, loading, still loading. There we go. All right, so this describes what's at the synapse. Synaptic gap, synapse, same thing, space between the neurons, right? And it's a nice little review. So this is your Friday assignment. I'll have you can hear my kids doing kids things. And on Monday, we're going to start the endocrine system. Just get into a little bit of regulation with chemicals in the blood. Have a good day, guys.